Hola, vamos a invitar. Para Travis. Saludos a todos. Vamos a invitar a Training Think Tank y a Travis Mayer, que van a estar a punto de conectarse. Okay.
Glass bowl, man. Yeah, we're in. We're on.
Hi, guys.
Being a partial squat the whole time.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, we're going to wait just a few minutes just to let people get notified that we're doing the live, and we'll start shortly. So get comfortable there for quite a bit.
Basically a full split. Blow it up.
Awesome.
Are you going to entertain the people while we're here? Sing a song?
Well, we could. I don't know. Travis, do you have a joke to tell everyone?
No,
Jokes?
no.
No.
No jokes?
No dad jokes.
No.
Maybe they would sign on.
I doubt it.
I bet there'd be more people of you. Can you keep it down in there?
Close that door.
Oh, he got out of his split. See, watch. I bet the viewing's going to go up now that you got out of the frame.
You know, I could probably take this thing, hold my phone.
Well, that's not an actual tripod. Max and technology, ladies and gentlemen. If only everybody could witness what he's trying to do. You could just stand it up.
Where?
Chris, do you have a tripod for a phone?
Seguimos esperando un par de minutos más y salimos. Travis, how is your Spanish going?
Así.
Así es.
Hola. That's about it. That's all we got.
Rápido.
Yeah, that's what I ain't got much else. We're just setting up a tripod right now.
Okay, that's fine. We still have just one more minute and then we start.
What was that? No tripod. No tripod. We broke it.
No tripod. That's fine.
Did you really just... So strong?
Powerful, man.
So strong. Cameraman strong over here.
How's your training been going?
So far, so good. The lead path is very tough, but I like it. Yeah. That's the way it is. I mean,
have you been doing all the in there?
No. No. I just started doing 2 sessions last week. I was doing just the RX before.
That's what this guy's doing right now.
Yeah, I'm easing back in. RX,
you
baby.
You have me on this side.
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
Back. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. I can stand up now. Oh, here's
Awesome. Hey, Mike.
I'll tell the truth.
Oh, good, man. So there's a lot of people there at the office.
It's me, Mike, Chris, and Travis.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. And there's more people in the other offices, but
those people don't count.
In this room.
In this room, that room. Awesome. Guys, so I think we're ready to start. We have plenty of people connected right now. So, well, first of all, Max and Travis, thank you so much for being here. We are doing this because we want to explain a little bit about what the camp is gonna look like, when it's gonna be, where, and everything. So people that are connected will start asking things, and probably 5 minutes before we end, we just start answering them. I'll be translating everything in Spanish. Hopefully, I'll do it right. So I'll just say this in Spanish so everyone understands. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Gustavo Rico y conmigo tengo a Travis Mayer y a Maxwell Hack. Vamos a estar respondiendo sus preguntas sobre el campamento que va a ser el 2, 3 y 4 de diciembre en Costa Rica. Así que déjenlas acá y vamos a estar respondiéndolas pronto. So, guys, first of all, so everyone could know a little bit about you. If you could give us just a little bit of intro of what you do, why people should follow you in this journey of becoming a better athlete or coach.
Travis, man, you lead us off.
Yeah, I'll start off. So Travis Mayer, for those that don't know, 8-time CrossFit Games athlete, gym owner. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else there is. We've been in business as a gym for 10 years this May, so we've been doing that a while. Me and Max he started coaching me back in 2011, beginning 12. Been with TTT ever since, and just kind of really trusted the process and everything that he's believed in the coaching methodology, and keeping me healthy and safe for 10 years to keep doing this at the highest level and continuing to do so. So something I've always enjoyed to be part of. And then also, he's a terrible golfer. He's not good at CrossFit.
You don't need to translate that.
Okay.
No, yeah, just really excited to be able to make the trip to Costa Rica and share the knowledge that we kind of have and help people out in any way that we can.
Okay, let me translate that real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Ok, lo que Travis acaba de decir es atleta de CrossFit Games por 8 veces a los CrossFit Games, es papá y dueño de CrossFit, de un box de CrossFit. Ha trabajado con Max desde hace ya más de 8 años y lo ha ayudado a mantenerse saludable y a poder llegar a competir en los CrossFit Games por varios años. Disfruta mucho lo que hace y Max me dijo que no lo traduciera, pero le gana en golf varias veces. Así que muy emocionado de venir a Costa Rica y de poder compartir todo el conocimiento con ustedes que están ahí conectados. Max, now it's your turn.
My name's Max El-Haj. I founded Training Think Tank in 2013, so it's been about 10 years. In 2011 or 2010, I competed on a team in the games. In 2011, I went to regionals when that was a thing as an athlete, and then I decided to move full-time into coaching. Travis was my first elite athlete that I worked with in the space, and since then I've coached Sarah Sigmund's daughter, Will Morad, Noah Olson, a variety of people really at every level, whether they be masters athletes or teen athletes. And we've built education for the brand to try to be a thought leader in the space and help people get better, have longevity, be safe, and be elite competitors in the space. So that's kind of what Training Think Tank is all about. And hopefully with me and Travis and Noah, Alexis, Mike, Mia, and Julie come down, hopefully we can kind of share some of our expertise and ideas and our culture and doing things the way that we do them.
Awesome. Bien, para todos los que quieren conocer a Max, fundador de Training Think Tank, desde el 2000, en el 2010 compitió en los CrossFit Games en un equipo, luego intentó hacer lo mismo en regionales y desde entonces se ha involucrado mucho más en la parte del coaching, siendo entrenador de Travis Mayer y de muchos otros atletas como Sarah, Will Morad, Noah Olsen y varios en el equipo de Training Think Tank. Siempre ha creído en crear un ambiente donde las personas puedan mejorar como atletas, mantenerlos saludables y poder avanzar en esta carrera. Por eso creo Training Think Tank y eso es lo que han estado haciendo desde sus inicios. Vienen a Costa Rica con Mike Goldrick, Mia y todos esos atletas a proporcionar mucha información a todos los que puedan atender al seminario de atletas y de coaches. Okay, I think I did it well. Thank you guys for your...
I can't remember all that.
I'm taking that shit a little bit. Yeah, so guys, thank you for your intro and for explaining a little bit about you. We have some questions, but I will leave it for the end of this. I also have some questions from the people who asked in the previous days, like yesterday and today. So I will start with Max. Max, who is this seminar for? Because we have athletes who maybe they don't perform any of the movements that we'll talk on the gymnastics, like the maybe bar muscle ups or handstand walk, or also for coaches, like they should have any previous knowledge for before attending to this seminar. So which type of athlete or coaches are you expecting to have, and what they should be doing prior, or is just go and learn a lot?
Yeah, I think athletes at all levels would probably be able to learn, and coaches at all levels would be able to learn. But primarily from the information that we've gathered, just the nature of CrossFit got into Latin America a little bit farther behind America. So the athletic level and the knowledge base of the coaches is potentially a little bit behind where we are. So what we tried to do is make sure that everybody could come to at a more beginner level, and we would give people all the way up through RX and elite levels still some valuable information that they could apply to training. But we wanted to make sure that if somebody was a beginner and they're a year into CrossFit and they wanted to learn more about how we do things, that we could provide a good experience that teaches them how to think about this in a more long-term and progressive way. So I think that's probably the core group of athlete that we're going after, is the beginner to intermediate or low RX level athlete. And then for coaches, I think really anybody at any level. If it's a high level coach, I think there's going to be new information that they maybe never have seen or never have heard. And if it's a more entry level coach, I think they'll be able to understand CrossFit in just a little bit more of a comprehensive way.
Awesome. I'll translate that. So, la pregunta es, ¿qué tipo de personas pueden estar atendiendo a este seminario? Cuestión de atletas, si tienen que saber alguno de los movimientos, o de coaches, si tienen que tener algún conocimiento previo. Lo que Max está diciendo es que es para atletas de cualquier nivel. Habla sobre cómo empezó CrossFit, que empezó en Estados Unidos, y la realidad es que en Latinoamérica llegó un poco antes. Entonces el nivel de conocimiento y experiencia en el deporte no es el mismo que en Estados Unidos, pero igual se está buscando enseñar a largo plazo cómo llevar a alguien de un beginner o un principiante a un intermedio, a un RX, a un élite, y cómo hacerlo de la forma más divertida y saludable. Y para coaches es cualquier persona va a poder obtener alguna información que no tenía antes, que es muy actual al deporte, así que de cualquier persona que quiera ir como coach pueda estar aprendiendo. Thank you, Max, for that answer. Now, Travis, your turn. So, how this is a little bit more personal, but how has your perspective on the sport evolved after achieving 8 times going to the CrossFit Games? I mean, for me, I look at that as a very great success, and for others too. So if you have maybe 1 or 3 things you attribute that that achievement in your career that athletes could target, like, hey, this is something I could also do, and maybe get closer to their own path as an athlete. Maybe it's not a CrossFit game, but it's a local comp.
Yeah. I mean, one, I think it's coming up with a good goal and something to chase after. For myself, kind of once I first got onto the CrossFit scene, I kind of dedicated everything I did to pursuing that dream of making it to the games. And then along that, I found Max, and part of that we kind of had a talk of not wanting to be a one-hit wonder and to want to be able to show up every single year and keep competing for as long as possible. And I think we've been able to accomplish that from making it in 2013 to still making it now in 2022. So for me, it's finding someone that you fully trust with your program and how they're going to be able to keep you safe, run good progressions, make sure you're still progressing in the right way, getting stronger, faster, whatever your goals may be. So even if that's you're wanting to do a local event, finding a coach that's going to help you with the new skills or development that you can outside of the classes to get better. I think 2 would be finding a good balance. There's more than just CrossFit. Do things outside of the gym that you still enjoy, whether that's spending time with your family, playing other sports. I think sometimes in CrossFit, that's all people do. And then you kind of get to a point of being burned out. So I think finding those other areas that are fun for you. And 3, I think do it for the fun. I mean, find the love and enjoyment out of it and kind of just keep pushing yourself to that other level to see what you can accomplish.
Awesome. So for everyone listening here, this is what is going to happen during the seminar. So Travis or Max will talk for maybe 5 minutes and I will translate that as good as possible. So if you don't know English, it's okay. We will have translators for that. So Travis, thank you so much. I think those were very good points. I will just translate for everyone listening in Spanish. Mi pregunta hacia Travis fue, ¿cómo ha cambiado su perspectiva en el deporte luego de clasificar 8 veces a los CrossFit Games? Y si hay 1 o 3 cosas que le atribuye a ese éxito. Y es 1, tener una meta, un goal, algo a qué dedicarle la mente y el enfoque. Y él dijo que iba a hacer todo lo que pudiese para poder llegarlo. Segundo, al conocer a Max, pudo hablar con él y decirle, hey, no solamente quiero ir una vez, sino quiero ir a lo largo del tiempo y tener una vida saludable como atleta y poder seguir avanzando en fuerza, en rapidez y en otros aspectos. Pues segundo atributo le da a tener un balance entre lo que se hace dentro del gimnasio y fuera del gimnasio, conseguir cosas que te diviertan y también tener tiempo para la familia, que es lo que le ha atribuido a su éxito. Y por último, hacerlo por diversión. Es lo que lo pudo mantener en todos estos tiempos desde el 2000. Travis, when was your first time you qualified for the game? Sorry.
2013.
2013. Desde que clasificó desde el 2013 hasta hace poco en el 2022. Así que, well, thank you, Travis. Max, I have just one more question for you before we start answering all of the questions we have here in Instagram. So, I saw this week you post something very important for coaches, and it's who is an expert in this field. So I just wanted to go into that in more of your experience. So what do you think is the path to take according to your experience as a coach to get closer to become an expert in the field? That will help a lot of people that are coaches that are looking to see this more as a professional way and not just like a one-time thing that I do it just to get a little bit of, I don't know, money to support their life. What do you think is that path or that way according to your experience as a coach?
Yeah, so I don't really know exactly what an expert is, but the way that I've tried to search for expertise myself is really through 3 different buckets. The first is the attainment of knowledge. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there, whether they're gymnastics coaches or weightlifting coaches or rowing coaches or nutritional coaches that provide a lot of good information that can be digested, and that information can help you make more informed decisions. The second thing is a personal practice. I think anybody that's in the field of coaching, especially if they're coaching CrossFitters. Now, I don't train like Travis. I'm not trying to be a CrossFit Games athlete, but I do keep my body capable of doing snatches and bounding and burpees. And I try to participate in the open when my body allows me to do that and when I feel like I have the motivation to do so, because I think that personal experience helps make it more relatable to really understand how much discomfort people have to go through to be successful at this. And then the third is just coaching experience. You know, in the beginning, I really, I was doing my best with Travis, but, you know, he was the first elite athlete I made. I made a lot of mistakes, and we've had to work through that. But those mistakes were necessary to the growth process and understanding. So, you know, Travis, my experience with Travis helped me with my experience with Noah, helped me with my experience with future athletes. And now when I'm working with 18-year-old athletes and they're like a blank slate, I have a much better platform to be able to help them and cause as minimal damage in the process and make as much success as possible. So I think those three kind of buckets, gain knowledge, continue your training practice, and continue to build experience, are the things that will long-term make you an expert in this space.
Awesome. Yeah, it's very hard to say who is an expert in what without metrics.
Yeah.
So I'll translate that. Lo que le pregunté a Max es de cuál cree que es su camino, cuál cree que es el camino a partir de su experiencia como coach para llegar a ser un experto en el ámbito. Lo atribuye a tres cosas. Uno, tener el conocimiento, o sea que acude a expertos en levantamiento olímpico, gimnasia, nutrición, en remo, cualquier tipo de conocimiento que le permita a él saber cómo responder a situaciones. Segundo, practicar lo que no lo que estudia con atletas, sino practicarlo con uno mismo. O sea, entrenar en levantamiento olímpico, entrenar en gimnasia, en diferentes disciplinas para saber el dolor o el dolor que pueden estar pasando los atletas en el entrenamiento. Y tres, la experiencia como coach, poder empezar con Travis Mayer siendo su primer atleta de élite y llevarlo, y tener varios fallos, lo hizo aprender a la hora, como coach, para luego tener otros atletas como Noah Olsen, Sara, y poder llevarlos de una mejor manera. Ahora que tiene atletas de 18 años o menos, es como tener una hoja en blanco y tener esa experiencia como coach, como atleta y el conocimiento para brindarles un mejor camino. Max, thank you so much. I think we have over here a question from the audience. We have plenty of them. Wait a second. Okay, first of all, how often should I train? I mean, from Monday, Saturday, 2-hour session. Okay, very important. Would you like to play golf when you're in Costa Rica?
If there's an opportunity, I will not turn it down.
There, Monday, probably.
Yeah.
Monday?
Yeah.
Awesome. We will try to do that. This is more for someone who is asking, not for the camp, but for themselves, for that person specifically. It's about sessions. So maybe Max, could you help me with this? How often should I train? I mean, from Monday to Saturdays, 2 hours a session. Maybe this is someone who is planning to compete the highest level. I know this requires more than just how much should I train, but in your experience, what is the first thing you could tell to someone like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say at the elite level, if you're getting ready for a competition, probably 4 hours a day is probably a minimum, because that gives you 2 1-hour very intense sessions and then 2 hours of easier skill work, and that would still probably under prepare you relative to how he would be training. If you want to be an elite athlete, you have to think of it like it's your full-time job, and a normal job is 8 hours a day. So
yeah.
If putting 8 hours of work into your nutrition, your movement work, your training, the time you spend warming up, cooling down, you're probably not going to be that good of an elite competitor. But if you're not an elite athlete and you're just trying to be, you know, competitive at the quarterfinal level, I think 2 hours a day is plenty and will keep you healthy.
Okay. I will just translate that in a second. So the question was, ¿cuántas sesiones a la semana, horas hay que entrenar para llegar a un nivel de cuartos de final o elite? A lo que Max lo atribuye es poniéndolo en perspectiva con lo que sería un trabajo completo de 8 horas. Pero lo lleva mucho a la experiencia que tiene con Travis y ve que se debería ver como mínimo unas 2 sesiones al día que lleven unas 4 horas en total. Pero la verdad que si uno está buscando llegar al máximo nivel de élite es casi verlo como un trabajo completo de 8 horas al día y aún así puedes no estar teniendo el volumen necesario. Igual es algo muy dependiente a cada persona y a la competencia a la que se quiera clasificar, en este caso en Elite, a las semifinales o quarterfinals. Thank you, Max. I'll see just in this live if we have any other question regarding the camp. Let's see. Ok, si tienen alguna pregunta con respecto al campamento, pueden dejarlas aquí, o si tienen alguna pregunta que quieran hacerle a Max o Travis, pueden hacerla ahora. Ok. Let's just wait a little bit.
Do you imagine?
Okay. Travis.
Yep.
What does it feel to go to the CrossFit Games for 8th time? Compared to the first one.
Yeah, that's a big question. I mean, every year has a different feeling. The first year, excitement, how much you're soaking everything in, right? Like that's what you've trained for so long to get to that point, and to be there and experience it and be around the athletes you've looked up to and seen on TV. Those are the things that just take you by surprise and kind of like in shock that you're honestly there. Now, fast forwarding to 8 years later of being there, there's not a doubt long. I think every year has had a different feeling and experience, and some better than others, but I back to hopefully get that feeling of getting on the podium and going for what you accomplished as what you set out for from the beginning. But I mean, it's still a very cool overall feeling, right? Like you're the top of something in the world, and to still be able to be like, yeah, I'm top 20 in the world at something is really neat, regardless if that's what I thought I would finish, maybe not. But I think at the end of the day, when you step back and look, that I'm proud of how far I've been able to come and staying healthy and continue to keep doing that.
Ok, Travis habla sobre, primero, poder ver a sus atletas, a su competencia en la pantalla y luego tenerlas en persona. Es una experiencia que muy pocos pueden vivir, de ya ver esos atletas de élite justo al lado de uno, por lo menos cuando empezó su carrera, y ya una vez estando ahí, seguir buscando la meta de quedar en un podio, y ahora ya verlo desde un punto de vista de sigo en el top mundial y puedo hacer lo que me gusta manteniéndome saludable y entrenando constantemente. Es algo que ha sentido Travis en estos casi ya 10 años compitiendo en los CrossFit Games. Guys, how long are you going to stay in Costa Rica, Max?
I get down there on Wednesday evening, I think November 30th, and I'm staying until December 7th. Travis gets down there, I think, on December 1st, and he leaves on December 6th.
Yeah. Okay, so la pregunta era ¿qué tanto tiempo se quedan en Costa Rica? Max va a llegar el 30 de noviembre y se va el 7. Y Travis llega el 1 y se va el 5. Van a estar un poquito de tiempo aquí en Costa Rica, así que para que estén pendientes y aprovechen. We have another question. I have my team over here too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Travis, during the athlete camp, I know we're doing some workouts. Do you think we will have a versus, maybe someone from the crowd? I mean, someone attending against you or Noah or Alexis? It will be maybe something
Yeah,
you could do.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's something we can make happen.
Yeah.
Awesome.
As of right now, as we have it built, we think that all the athletes that come down when we do actual Metcons will jump in with it.
Awesome.
So you guys can see how much more fit they are than you.
Yeah. La pregunta era que si las personas iban a poder hacer un workout contra los atletas games como Travis, como Noah, como Alexis o Julián, y la respuesta de Travis es que claro que sí. Y Max acaba de decir que está planeado en los Metcons que se van a hacer los sábados poder tener esa experiencia con los atletas y ver qué tanto pierden o se separan de ellos por el nivel. Okay, next question will be, okay, this is very important, Max. La pregunta, I will tell in Spanish first. ¿Puede ser un coach? ¿Puedo ser un coach después del seminario? And the question is the following. Could I be a coach after a seminar? I'll just go a little bit more detailed to the question. I think it's regarding after attending to the seminar, could I be with enough knowledge or let's say experiencing what you taught, or what you will teach on the seminar to become a coach like this, like just, well, next Monday I'll start coaching, or is more yeah, that's a question.
Yeah, so the answer to that would be that it's not a 3-day course, at least from my perspective, is not going to be enough to give somebody a base to be a coach right after that.
Yeah.
Really designed is for somebody that has taken, let's say, the level 1 and has, you know, that's 2 days of beginner education. It's really a opportunity for them to go from that entry-level education to better understand. It's like a step in the direction of becoming a more competent coach, as opposed to thinking of it in and of itself as a seminar that's going to teach them coaching. For us, that's a much deeper project and would require a lot more hours of education and knowledge and teaching to be able to do that.
Totally. I'll translate that. Max habla de que este seminario no es suficiente para poder otorgarle a algún coach algún certificado, algo que le permita decir voy a ser un coach directamente el próximo lunes, y comparándolo un poco a lo que es el Level 1, que son igual 2 días de seminario y ya uno tiene la posibilidad de entrenar en un box. Ellos buscan este tipo de seminarios que sea como una entrada o un paso más para poder convertirse en un atleta más, en un coach más competente y que tenga más herramientas para pues mejorar en su camino y así continuar en la carrera. Thank you, Max. I think we have, well, there's plenty of questions coming. So, what's the best part about? Okay, Travis, this is for you. I'll say in Spanish first. ¿Cuál es la mejor parte de hacer del entrenamiento de Training Think Tank? And Travis, what's the best part of the training methodology of Training Think Tank? What's the best thing about Training Think Tank?
Wow.
The training itself. I know there's a relationship with Max, but what do you think is the best?
And that's a good question. And that's a very big question and loaded question.
I know.
You could go down a deep rabbit hole of like the philosophy on how they're actually training, the environment that has been cultivated around here. I mean, for me, it was, I remember having my first ever call with Max and just fully believing and understanding what he was saying and trusting 100% in that process early on, and kind of have just always believed in that. I don't believe that or Max more so doesn't believe there's just one way of training, that there's multiple ways, and we've tried 10 million different things, and some have worked and some haven't. And I think the progression of not just being like, this is the only way, you can't do it this way, kind of always makes you believe it in it more of like, okay, he's always trying to grow and learn and help. And if it doesn't work, well, he admits it, and then we kind of move on and try something else. And most of the time it has worked, and that's what I think has led me to get to where I am. But yeah, I mean, that I feel like you could go definitely into a lot more detail of how the programming actually flows and is structured. But overall, I would say those are kind of like the big points of it.
Awesome. Thanks, Travis. I will translate that. Para Travis es una pregunta bastante compleja, pero atribuye mucho el entrenamiento del Training Think Tank al ambiente que se ha podido cultivar en el lugar y cómo ha podido crecer desde la primera llamada que tuvo con Max, y donde pudieron hablar del proceso, de qué iba a tomar para poder llegar a donde él quería y creer en que lo que Max les estaba dando a Travis era lo correcto. hubo muchas maneras, le explicó que había muchas maneras y progresiones para llegar a donde estuviese, pero que las partes más importantes es la comunicación, aprender de los errores y continuar en el camino. Thank you, Travis. I already did that. We have more questions over here. Maybe next one will be for Max. Okay, Max. I'll say in Spanish first. ¿Qué tanto recomiendas el personal coaching de TTT para un atleta de cuartos de final que quiere dedicarse mucho en el deporte? Okay, Max, so the question is, how much do you recommend the one-on-one coaching from TTT to someone who is a quarterfinals level athlete that wants to be full-time in the sport? Is it necessary to have a one-on-one? Is it just good to be in a general population, a general program? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, that's a challenging question because I think a lot of it comes down to how good the athlete is, how experienced they are, if they have any coaching in person, and also how much money they have in disposable income, because that's a big part of it. It costs a decent amount of money to get coached individually. And sometimes I think people jump into that process before they really need to. Our group training program in TTT Compete, the intermediate path and the RX path, especially with the amount of time our coaches spend inside of there, are really good and get you a lot better, and you get some feedback. And after January, we will have a Espanol and Portuguese version of those. But I don't know if it's necessary, but I do think that it is highly valuable to have a coach that has experience to give you guidance if you want to be competitive, because it's a very difficult sport. It's very chaotic. The season's not always the same. There's a lot of different skills to work on. So if you can have one-on-one guidance, I think it speeds the development.
Awesome. I'll translate that. So for Max, la pregunta igual sigue siendo bastante compleja porque hacen falta un poco más de variables del atleta, pero en sí requiere mucho de dinero, del nivel de la persona y la experiencia. Se sabe que el servicio de one-on-one es bastante costoso y la persona tiene que saber si tiene a disposición ese dinero para empezar algún tipo de servicio one-on-one. Igual le refiere mucho el éxito a las programaciones generales, en este caso la de Training Think Tank, que es bastante completa y ataca mucho las partes de intermedio, RX o élite que estas programaciones tienen. Y muy importante, TTT Español viene en enero, así que estén muy pendientes. Esto lo dijo Max. Y por último, saber que va a depender mucho en qué momento esté el atleta, si va a ser necesario entrar a una programación individualizada o no, va a depender de su nivel. Okay, Max, thank you so much for that. We have a few more. So, Max, this one is also for you. In Spanish. TTT, el Training Think Tank, ofrece un mentorship program. ¿Dirían que este programa da el conocimiento necesario para ser un coach? Max, it's about the mentorship program you guys have. So, does this service mentorship program give you enough knowledge to become, or enough necessary knowledge to become a coach? Is there something you would recommend to someone, maybe is a beginner starting to this path of becoming an expert in this field, or what are your thoughts?
So the new mentorship program that we're currently building will be enough information, but we probably won't be fully done with that for the next year. So it's going to be 4 individual courses that people take, one on movement, one on strength, one on conditioning, and one on programming for CrossFit and CrossFit related stuff. I think if people take all of those courses and go through the level 1 curriculum, they would be much better suited to be a starting point of a coach. But that's our material and hundreds of pages of manuals as kind of our base to say, okay, now you can kind of get started with the process. And that's also just our level 1 process. Then it would lead to more group-based mentorship or advanced concepts, and then ultimately require people to be in person so they can interact and we can see how they operate. So the new mentorship program as a level 1 concept should be enough to get started, but there really is nothing that gives you a full, like, hey, you have enough information to be a coach yet that I've seen in the market. It's a challenging thing, and there's a lot of variables that go into it.
Totally. I'll translate. La mentoría completa se está trabajando para actualizarla y que empiece el año que viene con partes de fuerza, gimnasia, acondicionamiento y coaching. Max dice que es un muy buen paso para iniciar y en la carrera del coaching, pero que sí requiere luego de un paso un poco más presencial, de grupos de discusión, donde los coaches puedan aprender un poco más sobre el tema y que puedan seguir su carrera. Si bien no es todo lo que un coach necesita, es un buen paso para iniciar en su carrera. Thanks, Max. Let's have another question.
Travis is going to get lonely if you don't ask him a question.
Yeah, I'll go with... Best part about training things. What's your off-season work schedule? Okay, Travis. This is for you. I will say in Spanish first. ¿Cómo es tu off-season? Calendario de off-season y qué tantos días libres tienes durante la semana. So I think, Travis, maybe you understood a little bit when I said off-season. So what's your off-season workout schedule look like, and how many off days during your season, not off-season, you have in your week-to-week training?
Yeah, so my off days compared to even competition season are always the same. I usually stick to Thursday and Sunday completely off. I mean, leading up to the games, we would usually swim or do something light on Thursday, but for the majority of it, Thursday and Sundays are completely off. Right now, I'm honestly just following the RX path and compete and just doing that without much other structure, as kind of getting ready for Wodapalooza and kind of just taking an off season, playing a lot of golf, making fun of Max, beating Max, just all that are important. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, usually just 2 days in season, out of season. It's important for the body to rest. I think it's good to get outside the gym. And so you're not always inside the 4 walls, that even if you are wanting to do something, get out, go hike, walk, something like that.
Awesome. El jueves y domingo son días off que toma Travis. Los jueves a veces termina nadando, pero ahorita está siguiendo el RX Path en Compete. Lo pueden ver en Training Think Tank en su página web. Ese es el entrenamiento que está siguiendo ahora. Y la mayoría de las veces sí busca tener 2 días de descanso completo durante la semana. Ahora se está preparando para Wodapalooza. The boys are back to Wodapalooza. Nada, jugar golf, divertirse y estar con la familia. Travis, there's a question from Ana Maria.
She's supposed to be working out in there.
Well, she's asking something, and it's for you, Travis. Would you be doing a talk specific about a specific topic during the camp, or you're just going to be doing a lot of wall balls?
Yeah. Wall balls. No, whatever Max tells me to. I'm along for the ride to share whatever knowledge I can. If that is, I need to answer some talks and help people out, I'm happy to. And then whenever we get time in between, come ask away. I'm happy to answer any of it.
Yeah, I've been doing all the planning, so I could probably better answer that question. That Travis and all of the elite athletes are going to be involved in the Q&As, some of the workouts, and then for the athlete seminar, they're going to be going around and actually helping with the coaching process. So watching people work out and giving them tips on their technique and their positions and all of that type of stuff.
Awesome. Okay, Travis va a estar ayudando a los atletas y a los coaches durante el campamento. También van a ser parte de las preguntas que puedan tener las personas durante el campamento, si tienen que responderlas o hacer algún tipo de aclaración. Y muy importante, ayudar a los coaches con la parte de la técnica. Travis también es un coach en en su box y ahí va a estar ayudando. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Max and Travis, for that answer. Let's see what we have.
I'm gonna ask that.
Okay, so just to clarify, with all the athletes, Max, the other athletes that are going, Noah, Alexis, and Julian, they will be also doing, they'll be also helping you guys with all the technical stuff during this camp and just training a little bit with them.
Yeah, so all the athletes will be involved in in the workouts. They'll be involved in the seminar. And when, say, for example, Mia shows handstand walking principles and shows toes to bar progression, when the athletes actually do them, all of our athletes that are coming down with us will also be coaches to help people with their techniques and just making them feel more comfortable in the process.
Claro. Sí, todos los atletas que vienen de parte de Training Think Tank van a estar ayudando en la parte técnica del seminario, en la parte de los atletas y de los coaches también. Así pueden tener una mejor experiencia y no solamente tener conocimiento de parte de los coaches de Training Think Tank como Mia o Mike, sino también de todos los atletas que tienen años en el deporte. Travis, what motivated you to come to Costa Rica? Is this the first time coming to Costa Rica?
Yeah, this will be my first time to Costa Rica. I'm excited to just come and hang out and get to know everybody and kind of just be in culture. I think it's cool to see how everybody does things everywhere else, and just being in Madrid earlier this year and then Dubai, it's cool to kind of see how everybody operates and the community. It's cool to be around.
Bien, es la primera vez que Travis Mayer viene a Costa Rica, ha visitado otros países como también en Dubái, en Madrid, y ha podido charlar con las personas y también conocer un poco de cómo suceden a nivel de costumbres y cultura aquí en el país y en los lugares que ha podido visitar. Max, this is not your first time in Costa Rica. Well, it won't be your first time in Costa Rica. So tell us a little bit about your first experience and what you're expecting for this second visit.
I mean, I loved Costa Rica. We went and we did it was a combination of a vacation and a retreat. We did a little bit of education. We went into the jungle. I forget what the name of the beach is, but it was near the Whale's Tail. We went surfing, we went hiking, we went in the waterfalls. We had a great experience with a great group of people down there. This is a little bit more exciting because I'll have the opportunity to do that and socialize with people, but it's more so us going down as a whole community and educating, sharing our ideas, teaching people about our CrossFit culture and how we do things and what we value. And I don't know, I'm just excited to go down with the team and get to know people down there.
Awesome. Max, le pregunté si había venido ya a Costa Rica y qué expectativas tenía para esta segunda visita. La primera vez que vinieron se hospedaron cerca de la costa de La Ballena, ahorita no me acuerdo el nombre tampoco, y vinieron a vacacionar, a también dar charlas educativas sobre el deporte y a surfear, a hikes y a disfrutar un poco. Esta segunda vez, Max viene con un poco más de emociones con respecto a compartir con la comunidad, hablar cómo es la filosofía de Training Think Tank, su cultura, las costumbres que tienen y la forma en la que ellos creen que las personas deben crecer en el deporte. Okay, I think we are almost done. Let's just wait maybe a minute. If there's any other question coming around, I will let you know, guys.
Clock. 6:59.
Okay. Travis, what do you think about the last song of Big Booty Mixers? The Bowl 22.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course I know about it, man. Big Booty Mixes. You need to get in on it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's definitely different than all the other volumes that they've done. It was more of a tame version. I feel like almost something you would listen to out on a boat, relaxing, more so than in the gym working out.
I think the same. La pregunta era si le gustaba el último volumen de Big Booty Mixers, el volumen 22, y cree que es algo más para relajarse y estar en un bote que estar entrenando en casa. I think we have, well, I think we're almost done. Just wait a few seconds, maybe.
You sore from sitting there?
Yeah, I'm sitting here. Well, guys, let's wrap it up and finish this. Thank you so much for your time and how people over here can reach you out, maybe Training Think Tank account or Travis. Let us know. This video will be uploaded on our feed, so it will be for everyone who couldn't see this. If you want to say something, it's time.
Yeah. If you're interested in the seminar, check out the page either on Training Think Tank's website or on Doer's website to get some idea of what the seminar looks like. If you have any questions about this, probably Think Tank's account, somebody will get back to you. Or if you want to know more about this pasty warrior, you can just DM him separately.
Yeah, you can DM me and then I can send you to Training Think Tank and you can sign up. But yeah, I'm just excited to be making the trip out there.
Awesome. Max acaba de invitarlos a Training Think Tank, la página de ellos, si quieren saber más sobre el campamento. Están muy emocionados de verlos y si quisieran algo sobre Travis, pueden ir a su cuenta y enviarle un DM y él fácilmente los va a enviar directamente a Training Think Tank. Pueden contar con más información también en Doer Fitness. Ahí en el link de la biografía entran y buscan el campamento que vamos a estar haciendo con Training Think Tank el 2, 3 y 4 de diciembre aquí en San José, Costa Rica. Cualquier duda pueden dejarlo en los comentarios y muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great day and see you soon.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. Chao.